The trait that triggers you hardest is often the part of you that never got permission. And in the ancient wisdom of the Chinese IChing, there's a name for that inner tug of war. It's called Hexagram 38, Contradiction. What I found was a lot of adult reactions weren't about the person in front of me, they were about energy inside of me that never got a home. Hexagram 38 is about two opposing energies and the instinct to turn away from whatever feels contradictory to you. Your shadow feels exactly like that, like it opposes your peace, your safety, your well being, so you push it away. Carl Jung said, everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. That's the basic premise. The shadow is not the evil you, it's an exiled energy. It's the anger you weren't allowed to show, the need you were shamed for, the ambition that felt unsafe, the softness and vulnerability that got punished. When a part of you is pushed out, it doesn't disappear, it waits. Then it shows up as a trigger in the outer world. Here's where it gets intense for many of us. Your nervous system is already absorbing endless news and social media noise, judgment, comparison, outrage, polished, healed people online. That noise amplifies the exile. You see somebody being loud, needy, bold, emotional, ambitious, and something in your body flares. Not always because they're wrong, sometimes because the trait in you was never safe. Pain often indicates blocked energy. Triggers often indicate rejected energy asking to be seen. Shadow work isn't chasing darkness, it's a reunion bringing incoherent waves in the emotional field back into coherence. I never forget how much of my adult pattern work traced back to childhood. There was a quote I carried, give me a child from 1 to 7 and I will give you the man. And I realized in my own life that dysfunctional adult patterns didn't start in my 30s. They started where love felt conditional. What I discovered was I judged certain traits pretty hard, neediness, intensity, wanting too much. When I slowed down enough to look honestly, I saw the young one in me who learned, don't need, don't take space, don't be too much. So of course I flared when I saw those traits outside me. My system was saying, that's the part we buried. That's projection. That's the contradiction of hexagram 38. And it's the exile knocking. The beautiful thing about hexagram 38 is that it doesn't leave you stuck in the contradiction. It walks you through 6 stages. This is the map. Line 1 of hexagram 38, running away from yourself. This is where most people live. You run from what opposes you inside, your shadow, because facing it feels too painful. So you push it away, you stay busy, you scroll, you blame the outside world, but the contradiction just gets denser in the dark. Be honest with yourself for a second. If you know there's a part of you that you've been running away from, comment line 1 below. No explanation needed, just naming it out loud starts to loosen its grip. Your honesty gives other people permission too. Line 2 is neutrality. Something shifts. You start meeting your shadow without so much judgment. Not, I'm bad for feeling this. It's more like a third eye witness watching the contradiction objectively with curiosity instead of shame. This is the first exhale on the journey. Line 3 is facing your shadows. Now you're consciously aware and you make a decision. You choose to go inward and explore, even knowing the journey can be treacherous and hard. This is bravery, not the aesthetic kind, the quiet kind where you stop looking away. Line 4, purpose. Here's the turn. You start to realize there was no mistake in your shadows. They existed for a higher purpose, your inner expansion and growth. The trait you exiled wasn't a flaw in you, it was protecting something. It had a job. Line 5, no regret. You understand that the hard things you went through because of your shadows are nothing to regret. They were lessons you needed. The pain wasn't punishment, it was curriculum. This is where self-forgiveness lives. Line 6, harmony. The final wisdom, contradiction, is good, not bad. Your shadows were never your enemy, never truly in opposition to you. They're in harmony with your journey of expansion and growth. Two opposing energies becoming one whole person. That's the arc, running away to harmony. You can be at any line right now, and that's not failure, that's just data. If this is landing with you, share it with someone doing the inner work and stay to the end because I'm going to walk you through 2 practices to meet your shadow with safety. If you want more spiritual tools that actually calm the system, subscribe to this channel and provide your stories and feedback as they really help me and this community. Practice 1 is meeting your shadow. Let's do this together, slowly. Hand on your heart, soften your jaw, soften the belly. 1. Name the trait that bothered you this week. 1 word is enough. Needy, arrogant, weak, controlling, emotional. 2. Notice where it lives in the body. Throat, chest, gut. 3. Whisper to that inner one, I see you. You were protecting me. You can belong now. Again, I see you. You were protecting me. You can belong now. You're not letting that trait run your life. You're ending the civil war within you. You're moving from line 1 toward line 6, from contradiction toward harmony. There's a second way to meet the shadow, a little deeper than the whisper. I call it the contradiction seat. It's pure hexagram 38, 2 energies that are not at war but having a conversation. So if you can, sit where you are or place your hand on the chair next to you. That empty space represents the seat of the part of you you usually push away. Step 1 is neutrality. You don't have to love this part yet. You only have to stop judging it for 60 seconds. Become the third eye witness. Soften your eyes and jaw. You're not fixing, you're just observing what's been opposing your peace from the inside. Step 2. Let the shadow speak. Out loud if you're alone, or silently if you're not. Ask your shadow, what have you been trying to protect me from? Wait, don't answer with your polished adult voice first. Let the shadow exile answer in a simple language. For instance, from being abandoned, from being too much, from failing, from being unseen. That's facing. That's the inner journey, and yes, it can feel treacherous, so stay with your breath. Step 3, name the purpose. Now you speak to that shadow part. There was no mistake in you. You existed for my expansion. Thank you for protecting me the only way you knew how. Then say the belonging line we already practiced. You can belong now, and I lead. Feel that the contradiction softens, not because the shadow vanished, but because harmony started. Do this once after a strong trigger. You can also journal it if more wants to come out. The point is that you stop running from the shadow and acknowledged it for healing. Before we close, let's have one more honest moment. Which line of hexagram 38 are you on right now? Running away from yourself? Neutrality, facing your shadows, purpose, no regret, or harmony? Comment the line number and the 1 word for the shadow you're working with, like this. Line 3, anger. Watching where this community is on the journey is one of the most beautiful things I get to witness. And if you see someone on an earlier line than you, leave them 1 kind word. The great lesson here is that the biggest trigger is not always the enemy. Often it's a part of you asking to come home. And in the wisdom of hexagram 38, that contradiction was never working against you. It was working for your expansion the whole time. Do these practices daily until you have your shadows working for you, not against you. Share this video with somebody who's ready to stop fighting themselves, and subscribe if you want more tools for your mind, body, and soul, so you're not doing this alone.